Good day, class. So today, this week, we're going to have an activity during our class schedule. So we're going to discuss, before that, we're going to discuss about the different types of research gaps. So these are different types of research gaps: the evidence gap or the contradictory evidence gap, the knowledge gap or the knowledge void gap, the practical knowledge gap or the action knowledge conflict gap, the methodological gap or the method and research design gap, the empirical gap or the evaluation void gap, and the theoretical gap, the theory application void gap, and the population gap. Then for the evidence gap, the definition here is that the results from studies allow for conclusions in their own right but are contradictory when examined from a more abstract point of view. So if a topic requires more evidence in order to further evaluate the research question or objective, then you have what we call an evidence gap. The next is the knowledge gap. So that if the desired research findings do not exist, then you have a knowledge gap, meaning that there is a gap that needs to be answered scientifically. So since the desired research findings do not exist, then the researchers must find that specific knowledge that is missing. So if you have a knowledge gap, then you could try to find ways in order to determine that specific knowledge that needs to be determined. Then you have the practical knowledge gap. So professional behavior or practices deviate from research findings or are not covered by research. So for example, there's a conflict in the practicality and the knowledge uh, uh, dimension or component. So we have a practical knowledge gap. For example, if it's written uh, in our book, example in architecture, that this is the mixture for concrete, but when you look at the practical application that there is a difference, then we have a practical knowledge gap. So that's why you will involve in research in order to determine why there is a difference between theory and application. The next is what we call the methodological gap. So a variation of research methods is necessary to generate new insights or to avoid distorted findings. So, for example, if in a series of research, we only use uh, quantitative data analysis or quantitative methodologies, so you can state that you're going to delve into qualitative research design in order to gain more insights on a particular topic. So that's what you call the methodological gap. So the next is what we call the empirical gap. So research findings or propositions may need to be evaluated or empirically verified. So if a subject or a topic requires further evaluation and much more formal research, scientific methods, in a scientific methodology, so we have an empirical gap. The next is the theoretical gap. So theory should be applied to certain research issues to generate new insights. So there's a lack of theory, thus a gap exists. So if a theory is missing on a certain research issue, you have what you call a theoretical gap, which prompts the researcher to look for the theory, the missing, the theory application void. Then we have the population gap, the research regarding the population that is not adequately represented or under research in the evidence based or on prior research, gender, race, ethnicity, age, etc. So, for example, guys, um, for example, if we conduct a study on spatial intelligence and we only use in the sample males in the study, then we have a population gap that we need to investigate also how spatial intelligence affects females. So that's what we call a population gap. So these are the sources by Robinson, Saldanha and McCoy in 2011, Muller, Block and Kranz and Miles 2017. So it's important, guys, to for you to be able to identify the different types of research gaps so that when you look at literature and read literature, you'll be able to determine the problems or the what kind of problems that you need to investigate. So in my own personal experience, I am a fan of the methodological gap because it's much for me it is much easier um, to collect a series of research on a particular topic and identify the different methodologies, then come up with a new methodology that would further gain new insights on a certain topic. So I guess this would be it. This would be our short lecture on our subject. So stay tuned for announcements on our Padlet link and take care, guys. If you have questions or clarifications, feel free to approach me anytime.